Welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling and Cooking with me, AB. Now you guys read the title on this one right here. Listen, in this video, I'm getting ready to show you guys how you can make the perfect prime rib. I wanted to call it like restaurant prime rib. And listen, please bear with me. Please don't say, ugh, that meat ain't ready. You know what? Because a lot of us don't eat our prime rib the way that that you see it served in the restaurants and how you see it on their thumbnails inside of their menus. So with that being said, listen, I'm gonna walk you through the steps and guarantee that you'll come out with the restaurant style perfect prime rib. Let's get right into it. Now this is what I picked up. This is the 11-pound, 4 ribs, that I got from my local grocery store and the butcher shop. And the 4 tips that you see exposed is called French or Frenching, and there's a definition. What you're seeing right there is what it looked like once I brought it in and I did my final trimming and cleaned it up. Now here, I'm using my mortar and pestle, to grind up my rosemary. When you get your rosemary, it'll look like little pieces of like small leafy type of herb. Just go ahead and just grind it. Just keep grinding until you get a nice ground, seasoning, and that's what you're gonna add to the rest of your seasoning. Now here's a pro tip. Listen, you must bring the prime rib to room temperature before you're starting to roast. And then listen, it usually takes about 2 hours, 2.5 hours on the counter. But what I'm doing is I started grinding, my rosemary and mixing all of my dry ingredients into a bowl together and mixing those and getting ready to apply them onto the prime rib. All of this is, being done as it's bringing itself up to room temperature, before we put it into the oven. Also, all of the ingredients, the recipe, and step-by-step instructions will be on my website. Now, you just go ahead and sprinkle, drizzle, spread, rub your dry ingredients all over your prime rib. And as you can see right here, I started with the bone side up, because this is going to be the way I put it in. When I put it into the roaster, I like to put it bone side down. So I just start this way, I pat it on there, and then I flip it over, and then I just repeat. By now, your oven should have already been preheated up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So just go ahead, after you finish applying your rub, set aside your prime rib, grab your roasting pan, and go ahead and put your prime rib in. Listen, bone side down. And then we're going to stick it in the oven, and we're going to cook to an internal temperature of 120 degrees to achieve that restaurant style medium rare prime rib. So you see it right there. We're getting ready to put it in the oven. Listen, and again, we're going to cook by internal temperatures only. It should take about 3.5 hours. It depends on the size, altitude, and your oven. This is what it looks like after about almost 4 hours. You take it out. Look, the ends were at 120 degrees, 121, 100, and then the center was at 117 and 118. Now, after you take it out, you want to fire up your oven, heat it up to about 400 degrees because we're getting ready to brown that cap. So after it comes up on the temperature, it usually takes about 20 minutes to bring it up nice and hot. Go ahead and insert your prime rib back in the oven, and then you want to cook it and then monitor the top and make sure you don't recook it, and then you should come up with something that looks like that. It's up to you if you want to get your cap to be a little bit, more brown and a little bit more crisp. But that right there, that I guarantee you, if you follow these instructions, this right here will get you that perfect restaurant style prime rib. One thing I didn't show you is that, listen, you want to let it to rest. It usually takes about 30 minutes or something like that, but you want it to rest until the internals get to 120 degrees after you came out after browning the cap, and then that's when you start your carving. That's another pro tip right there. And right here, I'm just cutting the twine that was used to keep the bone, the bone and the prime rib together. So listen, when we pick it up, you're going to see it's going to separate from the bones. And listen, we're on our way to having restaurant style prime rib. Now here, this is very, very important. You got to let your prime rib rest to the internals of 120 degrees, and that's when you go ahead and carve it. And this right here, look at this right here. That right there is medium rare prime rib restaurant style. And listen, I got it. For those of you guys that don't eat your meat, you know what I mean? Some people, when they see meat like that, it just turns them off. If that's the case and you want your meat to be cooked a little bit more, what you do is go ahead and slice it, get yourself a cast iron skillet, get you some of that Kerrygold butter. That's my new favorite, Kerrygold, y'all. And then go ahead and just brown it on a medium heat. Just brown it, maybe about 45 seconds on each side. Keep flipping. You don't want to recook it, you're just trying to brown it. So tell me what you guys think. I bet you guys didn't know it was just that easy. Listen, we just needed a little guide. This video right here is the guide to just show you that I can almost guarantee that if you follow those instructions, you'll come out with the perfect restaurant style, prime rib. Hey, matter of fact, you know what? If you guys will, leave a comment down below and let me know, why haven't you ever made a prime rib? A lot of us don't even know that we can even make these at the house because we don't know, the steps to make it. Listen, it's very simple. And remember, that's what this channel is about, taking the mystery out, showing you guys just how simple it is to go ahead and make some of these dynamic, flavorful, great dishes. With that being said, you guys, if you're new to my channel, this is the first time you're checking me out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like it, like everybody, like it, share it, let the whole world know that, listen, there's a channel out here that got easy to follow recipes, and from that, we finna just expose this this cooking. So with that being said, I want to say thank you guys for watching. You know what? Happy holidays, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. I'm out.